Good evening,
3 minutes.
Madam Chair. Thank you. I'm pretty much aware of that. Probably the only person who ever rose here to speak and waited for 45 minutes on the board to decide whether they'd give me 5 extra minutes to speak, which, by the way, I didn't get. First of all, I wanted to talk about public participation. I noticed recently, I think it was last month, there was a fairly unceremonious announcement made here that the deadline had changed, something that those of us who have come to this board for years know how to deal with. But my attempts to try to find out when the board took action, how that process took place, resulted in very little information. My initial inquiry netted me an old version of the policy that said it was still on Friday and not on Wednesday. So I just would like to encourage you to continue to have a little bit more transparency when you change policies so that the public knows what's going on when it's going on, rather than doing things behind closed doors. The next item I want to talk to you about is substitute teaching. I'd like to commend you, first of all, for all the efforts that you've made at improving the lot of school bus drivers and making sure that we had a bus driver in nearly every seat, if not every seat. And I'd like to congratulate my brothers and sisters at the Steelworkers for all their hard work in those efforts as well. But as I move to substitute teachers, I'd like to alert you to the fact that it's been 10 years since substitute teachers in Metropolitan Nashville Public Schools received a raise, and it might be time to look at that. In addition, I'd like you to consider the possibility that perhaps it's time to professionalize substitute teachers instead of treating them as part-time, temporary, throwaway employees. We might want to bring them into the fold and make them part of our family. And as you investigate this issue and try to find solutions, I would suggest that you also look at the pay for paraprofessionals, because the lack of appropriate levels of pay and appropriate attitudes towards them is negatively impacting the supply of substitutes, because we have too many substitutes who are taken away from our classrooms in order to go into paraprofessional roles where they're needed to meet state and federal guidelines. So I'd encourage you to look at those things as you move forward and consider the possibility of improving the lot of our substitutes so that our students always have a sub in the classroom. Thank you.